file this one under why would you ever trust politicians to do anything about your life? It is a source of constant bewilderment that you look at the institutional players in your life and you think, these people need more authority. They need more authority. Because let's just face it, most of the people who are in Congress at this point are there for the Instagram of it. They're there for the public attention of it, and they're not super competent at their jobs. And so I don't take them very seriously because I don't think that they are worthy of being taken seriously. This goes across the board. Okay, it seems to me that whenever you see Congress people who are pretending to be offended by each other, it's all for show. Whether it is AOC on the floor of the House yelling about how what the hell is that congressman's name from Arizona, Gosar. Well, whether it is AOC standing on the floor of Congress shouting about how Paul Gosar threatened her life with an anime meme, or whether it is Ilhan Omar complaining that Lauren Boebert made a bad and cruel joke about her being a terrorist. I'm having a hard time caring. I got to be honest with you. I have a real hard time with Congress people who spend their lives complaining that people make fun of them and use anime memes. Like, welcome to the real world where this kind of crap happens all the time. I'm not aware of many public figures who receive more of this stuff than I do. And frankly, I don't care because I have a real life. And you know what I can do? I can shut off my phone. And if somebody says something mean and nasty about me, that's life. But these Congress people are simultaneously some of the biggest mouth, thin-skinned people I've ever seen in my entire life. And it's so obnoxious. So we've had an entire national controversy now over the fact that Lauren Boebert did an event where she made a joke about Ilhan Omar. A mildly inappropriate joke about how she said that Ilhan Omar was a bomber or something. Okay, now, is that a joke that politicians should tell about each other? No, probably not. Is it the end of the world? Is it something that you should spend even one iota of energy on today? No, and frankly, if we are going to rank crimes by Congress members, I'm going to go with the Congress member who says openly anti-Semitic things routinely, who has expressed support for terror groups, who has written letters to judges attempting to lessen the sentence of people who are being recruited to ISIS. I feel like that's a lot worse than Lauren Boebert making a bad joke about that person. I'm just going to put that out there. Okay, but apparently, this is now such an issue that Democrats are considering stripping Lauren Boebert of her committee assignments. Now, let's just be real about this. Democrats have entered into a game that they do not want to play because Congress will be controlled by Republicans come January 2023. And when that happens, Ilhan Omar will not be on the Foreign Affairs Committee. Eric Swalwell will not be on the Intelligence Committee since he was banging a Chinese spy. We are not going to be having a lot of the Democratic members of Congress who are currently sitting. Maxine Waters is not going to be on financial services. That lady is corrupt as the day is long. Now, the rule it used to be, that parties got to select which of their own members got to sit on which committee. That rule was in place because you really didn't want one party dictating to the other party who its prominent members would be. But Democrats have broken that rule because they've stripped a bunch of Republican Congress members of their committee assignments. Even if I think those members are bad, I don't think it's up to Democrats to strip the opposing party of their committee assignments. So if we're going to play this game, because now Democrats want to do this to Lauren Boebert over this joke that we're about to play for you, then Ilhan Omar is likely to find herself out in the cold come January 2023, as she should be. So anyway, here's the original joke that Lauren Boebert told. Obviously, so bad, so terrible, end of world. Let's all weep for Ilhan Omar.
I was getting into an elevator with one of my staffers, and he and we're leaving the Capitol. We're going back to my office, and we get in the elevator, and I see a Capitol police officer running hurriedly to the elevator. I see fret all over his face, and he's reaching, and I'm like, what? The door's shutting. Like, I can't open it. Like, what's happening? I look to my left, and there she is, Ilhan Omar. Oops. And I said, well, she doesn't have a backpack. We should be fine.
Okay, so she makes a joke about Ilhan Omar being a terrorist or whatever. Okay, so Ilhan Omar acts like she is very, very upset about this. How dare anybody? How dare anybody? A woman who once said that something happened on 9/11. Something happened to some people on 9/11. She's never said anything offensive, Ilhan Omar. Again, does that mean that Lauren Boebert told the world's greatest joke there? Is that a joke that she should apologize for? You know, on a personal level, the way that this typically should work is she should call up, I don't think she owes the public an apology. I think that there's this routine in politics now where if you say something mean to somebody, you don't owe them an apology, you owe the public an apology. You don't owe the public an apology. I think the public can take care of itself. But, she called up Ilhan Omar to try and be a nice person and offered her an apology. And apparently Ilhan Omar then played the wronged innocent and hung up on her. Here is Lauren Boebert telling that story.
She said that she still wanted a public apology because what I had done wasn't good enough. So I reiterated to her what I had just said. She kept asking for a public apology. So I told Ilhan Omar that she should make a public apology to the American people for her anti-American, anti-Semitic, anti-police rhetoric. She continued to press, and I continued to press back. And then Representative Omar hung up on me. Rejecting an apology and hanging up on someone is part of cancel culture 101 and a pillar of the Democrat Party.
Okay, so meh. So there'll be a lot of words spilled over this, a lot of ink spilled over this, a lot of talk about Democrats are now seriously considering again stripping Lauren Boebert of her committee assignment over this, over that. Like, all right, I mean, like, I'm not going to pretend that I care at all because I frankly do not. I do not. I do love how Ilhan Omar characterized this conversation. Quote, "Today, I graciously accepted a call from Representative Lauren." Well, I mean, don't pat yourself on the back too hard there, lady. I mean, her arm has stretched 6 inches just so she could properly reach her back. She didn't just accept a phone call. She graciously accepted a phone call. Whoa, what a hero. What a hero. In the hope of receiving a direct apology for falsely claiming she met me in an elevator suggesting I was a terrorist and for a history of anti-Muslim hate, instead of apologizing for her Islamophobic comments and fabricated lies, Representative Boebert refused to publicly acknowledge her hurtful and dangerous comments. She instead doubled down on her rhetoric, and I decided to end the unproductive call. I believe in engaging with those we disagree with respectfully. No, you don't. In what world is this true of Ilhan Omar? But not when that disagreement is rooted in outright bigotry and hate. Okay, so here is the dynamic. The dynamic in Congress is that our Congress people have every incentive to be social media stars and very little incentive to actually just do public service. And so this benefits everybody. In the end, this benefits everybody. It benefits people who tell edgy jokes. It benefits people who get very offended. It benefits the media that loves to cover it. Does any of it make your life better? Of course not. And should you spend one ounce of energy over the offense being taken by members of Congress, that other members of Congress are saying mean things about them? Not one shred of energy should you spend today on this. Not one shred. So I only wish to point this out because I wish to point out that you, the American people, have decided to give more of these people power over your life, and I don't understand why. I will never understand why. Who's got 2 thumbs and wants you to like and subscribe?